back to my channel. My name is Melissa and I'm a personal stylist for the everyday woman. And today we have definitely got everyday clothes for you. That's why I'm wearing a beanie, just a winter coat. I've got a little polar bear jumper going on there. So we're looking at today like dog walking clothes. So we've got waterproof coats, we've got sturdy boots, we've got dog walking outfits if you're in the middle of the city. So you kind of perhaps want to look a little bit nicer and you don't have to wear the big wellies like I do when I'm out walking with Monty. But hopefully across all of those type of outfits, it produces a really nice styled look, but with very little effort, to be honest with you. The effort, in fact, comes with accessories rather than the main pieces of clothes. You'll notice that it's the accessories that are helping to finish the outfit off, really, which is why I get to wear a hat in most of this. I've still got my jewellery on, though, underneath. Here we go. I'm sure you'll see glimpses of that, watches and things like that. In fact, I want to speak to you about watches because right now we have got 10% off Lola Rose watches. I get asked a lot about our jewellery and our watches and things like that, and as a result I've actually got the company that we wear, which is Lola Rose, to send in a load of watches. They're meant to be so that I take them around to my clients and I introduce them. But they seem to have gone a little bit walkabouts in the office. And I noticed that Joe and Sarah, well, Sarah, to be fair, has had one for years anyway. But I noticed that Joe has got one and Roz is here today styling. She's wearing a lovely black one at the moment, or Joe was, I can't remember who's nicked which one. But I think what I'll do is, Sarah, can you actually come over?
I'm not camera ready.
That doesn't, we don't mind, she's not camera ready, but that doesn't matter. That's okay, don't worry. She's got a nice Barley jumper on. You've got your gym stuff on.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've gone for the thinner strap.
Okay, all right, so that's good. Can you actually put your arm up? Let's see if we can do this together.
Can you see that?
Okay, there we go. Wearing the thicker strapped version with a larger face, and Sarah is wearing the smaller version.
And we both have the mother of pearl element in the face as well.
Yes, so actually that's probably worth mentioning.
I think Roz has the green watch, so shall I go?
You just want to get off camera, don't you? Go, that's fine, go. Okay, so I've just put all three of the brown strapped watches on for you. Each have got the mother of pearl faces on. So this third one here has got a green hand on it, and then this one and this one are the same size, but as you can see, this middle one is slightly smaller and daintier. So really like those. And there's the other three that we've got in the studio. So obviously starting off with the gold strap and the black face. That's got like a little sparkle in, which is really nice. So you can see the faces on those are like a mother of pearl. But often they will use, say, like a green face, or they'll use a green hands, for example, and that's really good because you can pick a colour that relates to your wardrobe, and rather than just go for neutral, you could go for a green face if you wear a lot of green, or black if you wear a lot of black. Because what we teach in the academy is this concept, it's our own concept, we call it everyone needs a friend, and this is this idea where if you wear two items of the same colour at any one time, then you'll always look pulled together. So for example, I've got the cream jumper on right now and my cream hat. Or it could be the cream of my watch against the cream hat. Oh, come in.
So Roz is actually personal online styling upstairs, so I've just grabbed it.
You've nicked a watch off the wrist.
I'm not taking it. You requested to see it. I've got one on. I'm not taking two.
Okay, let's take that one off as well then. Let's have a look. Oh, you've got the nice black one on. Okay, so
They're causing quite a stir, these watches.
Yeah, they're meant to be for clients, not for
earmark them for Christmas.
Yeah, they are. Actually, they do make really good Christmas gifts. And how much do we have off them?
We've got 10%, but they've also got a sale on at the moment, so I think it's cent or something plus the 10% extra.
Okay, all right. So top of their sale price, we can give them an extra 10%. Oh, that's a really good price, because I think they only start off at about £140.
Yeah.
130, 140. So with I know they've definitely got 20% off some stuff, so that would potentially be 30% off some things. That's really good, really good. Okay, let me just show you a close-up there. So obviously we've got the gold strap on that one, and that one's got the green face. That's a really nice combination. Is that the one Rosa's?
Yeah, Rosa's got that one, and I've got the porcelain.
Okay, that's really nice as well.
It's
and
nice,
the plain black strap there. So if I just show you as a comparison, that is super nice. Yeah, you can go.
What's a watch back?
Yeah, you can go. Yes. And just to show you as well, they come in these beautiful, really considerable boxes as well. So they really do make. Oh, we got two in there. Which ones are these? Okay, so here we go. So that one is the same one that I'm wearing today, but it's got the green hands on. Where that one has got a black face on, but with sparkles and the gold strap. So basically you can get every different combination. So yeah, love those. So that's what we're wearing on my wrists. I've got my normal Monica Vinader on my arms there. And then I've got lots of hats and gloves and bags that I'll be using as well. So the point is that these accessories are what are making these basic outfits. So let's get started. Okay, so starting off with this outfit right here. So we have got on a gilet, as you can see. It's got a hood on. I've got this fleece on, but this fleece actually is too big for me. And whilst I like something that is oversized, because I'm only short, I'm 5'3" and a little bit, if I wear something that's oversized, it needs to be in a drapey fabric. When it's in a stiff fabric like this, it's just going to make me look bigger and broader. Can you kind of see that? Kind of quite square. But if I put another jumper on where that fabric draped better, then it doesn't actually add the volume. So that's why in this instance, I have tucked it up here. I'll show you in a minute what the actual fleece looks like when it's down, because it's actually really, really nice. So we've paired it with some faux leather leggings and just some black, big, really practical, sturdy boots. Now, I know a few of you are going to question the faux leather leggings. I know I've said this before as well. But the advantage of a faux leather legging is that you can just wipe it clean. So I'm literally in the middle of the forest when I go out walking with Monty. I get mud splattered all up me. I come back, I get an anti-back wipe from the kitchen, and I literally just wipe them down, then I wear them again the next day. So they look both stylish and they're practical. And most of them are kind of like fleece lined as well. So you get a lot more warmth than a standard gym legging when you are dog walking in them. Now I know faux leggings aren't going to be for all of you, so all you would do is perhaps substitute the legging for maybe a darker coloured jean or a gym legging but with perhaps a fur lining. We've got one of those coming up for you later on as well. And this is what the fleece looks like without the jacket on. It's actually a really nice fleece. It just needs to be in a size smaller. But I'm loving the zip detail there up the side. Allows you to move. It also elongates the legs as well. And I think the collar detail here is really nice as well. Now fleeces are actually massively in fashion right now, so take advantage of it because they are both fashionable and they're warm, where it was only a few years ago where, you know, it would only be your grandma that would wear a fleece like this. It's also got a hood on this one as well. So also very, very practical. And it's the little details on the rest of the outfit that make it look more stylish than perhaps it ordinary would do. So I've got these little gloves on here. Can you see? They're just from H&M. And be careful, actually, they do two varieties of these gloves. One of them is made out of alpaca and they're extremely expensive. And these ones were something like $5.99, $7.99, and all they are is a cuff. So you've just got your one hole through there. So from a practical point of view, for me in particular, when I'm picking up sticks for Monty and throwing them, then my fingers always get really dirty. So if I've got on my nice camel sheepskin gloves, for example, they're all getting really dirty on my fingers. So I much prefer going out like that, and if my fingers get a little bit cold, it's worth it to see him running after his little stick. But let me show you how you can really easily change this complete look up just with a different type of jacket. Okay, so all I've done this time is change the style of jacket. So I've gone for your classic Barbour, but it's actually not a Barbour, it's one from Mango. I'm not sure if this one is still available, but we'll find alternative if it's not. But the point is the Barbour is quite oversized again. It's not like really tight. I think when it goes really tight, then it gives you less options of how to wear them, because you can't put this bigger, baggier, warmer, big jumper under, and it's also a little bit dating. So everything else has stayed completely the same, but all I would need to do now is change up for my wellies, and I'm ready to take Monty for a walk in the countryside. But right now you're fine for walking in the city or wherever else that can withstand just a nice boot as opposed to a Wellington boot. Next I've gone for a long coatigan. So this is kind of like half a shirt, half a coat. Really good if you are shopping for the day or something on those lines where you want a bit of length, you want a bit of cover, but you don't want to be boiling hot in the shops. Essentially, that is when I tend to wear them. And I've kept on the same faux leather trousers that I had on before. I've changed the boots up slightly just to show you a different style of boot. A zip up the front is a good way of updating your wardrobe a little bit. I've got my Christmas jumper on underneath. There we go. And the reason I picked that one is because it's a cream base. So if you always go for a lighter colour in the middle here, then it'll bring everything else together. And the fact that I've got a little navy polar bear just brings in the navy here. If, for example, I put on a dark navy jumper or a black jumper underneath that, that would make it look actually really quite dull, dark and heavy. The cream lifts it. I even go as far as pulling the cream sleeves down here. It almost recreates the same look as those gloves that I showed you earlier on. And in fact, you could just put those gloves on. But again, that is going to lighten up that whole outfit. We have a tendency to go really dark in the winter. But I think lightening it up with the colours in between produces a much better look. And then I've just added on a banana bag there. So now ready for any casual event that your particular life demands from you. Okay, so changing it up again, but this time I suppose a little bit more elevated. So a nice city walk, this would look really nice for. So right now I've just got a plain t-shirt underneath this coat, but ordinarily I would probably find a nice cashmere jumper or something. As you can see, I've just opened up the scarf part of the coat. So this scarf is actually attached to the coat, but you can untach it. It's just those little buttons. But this style of coat is very on trend again this year. I love this one. I think we're all buying this one for ourselves in the studio. And I just got it on with some cropped jeans from Mango, I think they are. So what we've done here is just lightened up the entire outfit by adding in the camel, the white and the camel on the bottom as well, or the beige on the bottom. Now we could put dark black boots in there. That probably would look absolutely fine. But if on some days you just feel a little bit dreary, then this is where we revert to a lighter coloured boot. I certainly couldn't take Monty for a walk in these light coloured boots though, so that's where I would swap it out for the darker boot. But if you were just walking around a town, for example, and you wanted to look nice and stylish, then perhaps go for a lighter boot rather than your black boot. So I think it's from Mint Velvet, but I will get Joe to link everything as normal. I have got it in a size medium. I wanted it a little bit oversized because as soon as I put a jumper in there, then there's actually not that much room really. And I think just a slightly oversized look as well contrasts really nice with the tighter jean. But we've got several coats on the rail today, so let me just show you what a few alternative coats look like, with the aim of you sort of finding that coat that fits your lifestyle. It is no point you having a wool-faced coat like this if you are in the middle of the countryside and you don't go anywhere that needs an elevation. Then instead go for the waterproof option that I'm about to show you. So look who's joined us. He saw all the clothing paraphernalia and he just, yes, he's just thought he's ready to go for a walk now. So this is the reality of me trying to shoot a video most of the time with a very needy dog who I try spelling out the word walk. So I'd say, oh, look, I say W-A-L-K, but I swear he even knows that now as well. Very clever, aren't you, Monty? Come on then. We're going to stop for 5 minutes and take him and then we will be back again. So that's Monty sorted. I literally went out exactly like this apart from my shoes. So I have a pair, I will put them on screen. I have a pair of waterproof black boots that I walk in as well. So that's all I did. And now I've just put these cleaner ones on just to continue filming. I'm not gonna lie, I was actually really hot in this jacket, which is obviously a good thing if you're looking for a super warm jacket. It's just from H&M, really nice big collar on it, and it's got this sort of second layer here. I'll just do it up for you. There we go, that kind of goes over it. I haven't done this bit up, but it's kind of like a flap. It's practical in terms of a hood there. It was, like I say, it was absolutely super warm, and I like how long it is. When you are short, like myself, the way in which you can wear flat shoes, trainers or boots is to elongate your frame with a long item. So I get a lot of clients who say, oh, because I'm short, I didn't think I was allowed to wear long things. It's actually the opposite, because what wearing a long coat or a long cardigan will do, it will hide the shortness of your legs basically, and mean that you can get away with a flat shoe without looking shorter and stubbier. So I always know that if I want to wear a flat boot, I would wear a longer coat over it. And one last thing to say about the coat is that it's got the zips up the side here. So that makes it really practical when you are walking along really quickly, because often, this one is quite big, so I've got the room anyway, but often if they're quite narrow, you kind of like shuffling along like a penguin like that, where this one having the zips up means that you've got the flexibility at the side to actually walk. So I think this one is actually a size medium. And I think if I was to keep it, I would probably go down to a small, because there is a lot of room in there. But then equally, I kind of quite like that whole duvet sort of feel and look about it. The shininess, I was put off by that at the start, but now actually I can see it's going to be really big for next year as well. And I love the brown colour in this as well. So if that coat was a little bit too big and puffy and maybe shiny for you, although I think shiny is going to be really big next year, then we have got this alternative. This one is from Free People. I think that neck, like that when it's done up, is going to be really nice. It's in like a greeny browny colour. Not sure how well it's showing up on the camera. It's not as voluminous as the other one. I think that's a word. I have got some more of these, what do we call them? What do we call these, Sarah, do you think?
Wrist warmers?
Wrist warmers, Sarah said. I don't know what we call them, but they're just like a little knitted sleeve. I had them in the white fluffy ones. These again are from H&M. And I like that because it allows me to pull the sleeves up slightly without getting my wrists cold. I often find that I'll pull a jumper really low in the winter. And I think it's not only about it stopping my wrists from getting cold, but it's also about a style thing by showing the contrast. So sorry, this one has just been sent to us, so I haven't taken the tag off that yet, so I'll just pop that back. Again, I've got exactly the same outfit on as before, so the same jeans and boot. This one has got the press studs up the side, so again prevents you from walking like a penguin. And this one is really nice as well. And we kind of just made the comparison in the studio here that this one is great for popping in and out of the supermarket in doing the school run and things like that. The other one is standing on the side of a rugby pitch for 4 hours on a Saturday and Sunday, which tends to be my life with my little boy. You've got different warm elements. This one I think is just polyester. Yes, this is a polyester, where the one from H&M was actually feather and down. So the other one is going to be a lot warmer, but sometimes we only want something like this, don't we? Just to give us a long layer. So yeah, we really like that one as well. So next, a completely different type of coat, but I'm very aware that some of you are dog walking or doing your casual things and you still want some elevation. And this is just lovely. I've added in these sock gloves again. This time it's in sort of like a knitted beigey brown sort of colour. Again, it just helps fill that gap and keeps things practical. And I've kept everything else the same, because the point of keeping everything the same is to show you that it's all about the outerwear and the accessories. It's not actually about this middle bit at all, as long as you keep that middle bit quite neutral. Talking about accessories, the one I'm about to add on is a hood scarf. So it's actually shaped around the head. Can you see that? But it's also a scarf. There you go. So it goes on something on those lines. So often we want to wear the nice coat, but we haven't got the hood to it. And this is a really easy solution. You can have it over like that. You could just have it hanging down like that. You don't want to pull it sort of too tight, so it's kind of like I can see myself in the little square. That's far too close to the camera for my liking. But you don't want to pull it like that. You look like you're in a, I don't know, a deep dive wetsuit or something. So you want to pull the hair out a little bit and just sort of judge it around so it looks nice. Yeah, I think that is a lovely addition. And these come in a lot of different colours. We will link everything as normal for you. So next up, I just thought I would show you from the base layer up how I'm going to build this outfit up, because there is nothing extraordinary about my base layers whatsoever. So I'm starting off with just some gym leggings from Lola, and I've got the matching green top underneath as well. So ordinarily I would just, you know, go off and do my Pilates or something, and then I would throw on a really nice jumper like this. I've got this in the chocolate brown and this beige colour. It is lovely. I love the shape of it. It's just slightly curved, not a lot, but it's enough just to cover your backside there. And then I've picked up some last year's boots actually from Air and Grace, and then some new socks that have just come in. However, I have just noticed the price on them, and they are £30 for a pair of socks. I don't think so. So instead, I'm going to put some very similar coloured socks on to those. So notice how I'm trying to link even the colour of my socks into my outfit. But I have some far cheaper ones. I think they were from H&M or something. These ones must be wool or merino wool, but yeah, like I say, they're going back. And then I've got a coat, just a Marks and Spencer's one, waterproof, showerproof. I can pull it in, and this is what it looks like all together. There you go. And as you'll see, I have just got a short boot on that side, but also I have put a welly on that side, because the welly is more practical definitely for walking Monty around here, but then just a normal boot might suffice for some of you. I've added in my gloves again. Obviously I've kept the hat on. Like I say, not least because I haven't done my hair today. This jacket is really nice. It's a Marks and Spencer's one. I got it in a UK 12, so I'm usually an 8 to a 10. Probably in a jacket I would wear a 10 because I like the idea of putting a bigger jumper in it. In Marks and Spencer's, I find if you go up a size in the coat, they look a little bit more modern than they perhaps ordinarily would do. So I want to show you something here as well. Can you see here on this right hand side, I've pulled in the drawstring to give me that shape. Here I've just left it loose. It's quite a different sort of look as to whether you just like it hanging straight or whether you like to create yourself a little bit of waist. Either one is fine, personal preference. And then next I would probably add in a really nice scarf. These really big fluffy ones are fantastic. I've got a couple of them. I'll show you the other one in a moment. That's how I like wrapping up for a walk. It's usually all pulled off me once the hot sweat starts as I get going, but it's nice enough to start off with. This coat has got the hood on. It's shower proof, I believe, as well. And it's got two really big deep pockets on the side there. So there we go. Practical, still stylish, I think, at least as stylish as you can get walking a dog in the countryside. So next, the fluffy gloves have gone back on, the matching fluffy hat, both from H&M, and then we've just got a really practical grey sweatshirt jumper on. But this time we've got it with a pair of jeans. They're a wider leg jean, just with my big Marks and Spencer's boots, and then a shorter jacket, just to give it a slightly more modern look, I suppose, and a different look from everything else we've been showing, really. And then I'd probably finish it off with a nice scarf. So a cream scarf would make obvious sense because it would just go with all the neutrals, but also picking up on the colours in your jacket in a checked or a patterned scarf would also work as well. Again, it's one of these really big oversized ones. I get a lot of people ask me about tying a scarf as well. So there's loads of different ways. Maybe I'll put something over on Instagram to show all the different ways, but often I start off with one long and one shorter. Wrap the longer end around, and then if you keep the loop like that, you can then manipulate it so both sides are equal, and you can put one of the loops through like that. That helps to sort of secure it in place. And this is why it's worth noting different methods of folding a scarf, because with this one, I feel it's really kind of too short and too bulky to do that. So I think with this one, it's probably going to stay in place itself just by twirling it round like that. So there we go. Simple. And if you feel that all of that is a little bit dark, then all you would do is manipulate the scarf sort of down the side of your jacket, so then you could still see your jumper through the middle. So don't just throw the scarf on, kind of look in a mirror and play around with it really and see what suits the outfit. There we go. Very nice. So that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. All of the links are in the description box, which plays underneath where the title is. Remember that we have 20% off our personal styling for yourself and how to become a personal stylist courses at the moment. That is only until the end of December. And then remember that great discount on the Lola Rose watches as well. Again, the discount for that will be underneath now, but also in the description box. So Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you have a lovely Christmas. I'm off skiing, which will be very nice for Christmas Day and New Year. If anybody wants to follow my antics over there, then please head over to Instagram, where I'm sure I will be showing a few things when I can get away with it when my husband's not watching. So Merry Christmas. Thanks again for all your support this year, and we'll see you again next year.